Yo, what is going on, guys? Hope you guys are having a great day. In today's video, as you guys can see by the title, I'm doing a video on how to improve movement. Many of you guys have been requesting this video for me to do for you guys. Reason being is you guys always see me do my movement, especially with the prone and then prone spam, as I like to call it. Basically, I prone really fast down and then come back like as soon as I can. So, with that being said, I hope you guys do enjoy the video. Don't forget to leave a like, comment, and sub, and I hope to see you guys in the next one. Peace. Alright, guys, and welcome back. So, as many of you guys know, there are multiple ways on how to improve movement, and like I said, there are going to be multiple tips on how to do those, and I'm going to show you guys different kinds of movement in today's video. So, make sure you guys sit back and relax and enjoy the show. Anyways, guys, the one and only tip I'm going to stress a lot before I do start giving you guys the list of movement you guys can use is sensitivity. The only way you will get proper movement is by having good sensitivity for yourself. The reason why is because if you have a good sensitivity for yourself and your playstyle, you will have more control of what you can do as a player in game, knowing your playstyle as being passive or aggressive. But before you guys do end up using these these movement styles, make sure you guys find your perfect sensitivity. Also, if you guys don't know, there are multiple two finger players that play the game who have great movement, for example hacks. But if you guys do want to challenge yourselves, make sure you guys switch to claw, which is known as having 4 fingers. This will help greatly with increasing your movement and having a higher expectation when it comes to gun skill and just playstyle in general. But other than that, let's get on with the movement styles. Alright, guys, so for the first movement style I'm gonna give you guys is known as jiggle peeking. This is when you basically counter strafe a corner and shoot every time that you do it. This is done by strafing out into the area away from the corner and directly engaging your opponent. This basically works in any kind of map or playstyle. You can do it as a passive player, you can do it as an aggressive player. Most likely when you're rushing out as an aggressive player, I wouldn't overextend as much while doing this because you can end up, getting yourself killed or flipping spots, which is just really bad. So just keep that into mind. And yes, before you guys do make fun of me, I did read off the definition of jiggle peeking, which it may sound like it was a bit scripted for that, but yes, I did. Up next, we have the movement style known as slide peeking. Slide peeking is probably one of my most favorite ones to use as well because it is really, satisfying when you do get a kill. As you guys can see in the screen right now, you basically have to sprint towards them and then you gotta slide and shoot where they are. This will also give you the opportunity to have peeker's advantage, which means that you will see them before they do, which means they won't be able to shoot you before you shoot them because of the packets and just ping in general going through the game and your device seeing them first before they do you, if that makes sense. Sorry if that was a tongue twister. Although not that many people I know in competitive use this, it is a really good trick to use if you want to, have the opportunity to have peeker's advantage over someone, because this can obviously get you the free kill or those free extra shots that you need to win the round or win the game for that matter. Up next, we have jump shotting, which is on the screen right now. As you guys know, back in Season 1 and 2, jump shotting was probably one of the most overused movement styles to use. Reason being because when someone was jump shotting, the enemy who was shooting them would not have their shots registered because of some bug they had with the game. But ever since that, the jump shotting hasn't been as good because it's not extremely hard, but it isn't as easy to control the recoil and accuracy while jump shotting with most of the guns, especially ARs. And with that being said, I wouldn't really recommend doing the jump shot movement style. I'd prefer you guys to use the drop shot option, which is much more reliable in my opinion. Up next, we have the one and only drop shotting, which is personally one of my favorites. Drop shotting is one of those movements that you can use anywhere and anytime, and knowing that you can't move, it is a slight disadvantage, but it will throw off the enemy with their crosshairs, causing you to get those easy kills that you guys want. The reason why it is my favorite is because it is, like I said, the most easiest, and it is matching my playstyle a lot whenever I play aggressive, and it always throws off my enemies when I want it to. The next movement we have is known as Y peeking, which many of you guys might not be familiar with. In the clip you guys can see right now, it is known as Y peeking. This is when you peek an angle further from the corner that you need to, which could end up potentially throwing off your opponent's aim. The reason why I like using this sometimes is, let's say I'm low and I'm hiding in a corner. I would always use this kind of movement to throw off my enemy because I'd rather take the risk and fight myself fight my way through the situation and potentially try to get the kill than just sit there like a sitting duck and die. Taking this risk could potentially make you win the round or game, which could lead your team to victory. Now that I'm done explaining that, let's get on with crouch spamming, which personally is also another one of the movement styles that I use a lot in my streams and in my videos. So as you guys can see the clip in the top, which I'm about to show, crouch spamming is basically making those commands to make their characters jerk in an unnatural way and making them difficult to hit. Doing this will also reset your crosshair, making you, have the chance to increase your accuracy while, aiming down and shooting at the same time. Up next, we have the movement known as the prone spam, as I like to call it. I've been getting, a lot of questions about this. Basically, the prone spam, as you guys can see, it's just me proning down and then going back up and then proning back down again really fast. How I do this is just by, proning by holding the button and then double tapping the crouch button to get back up, and then I just use the prone button again to prone back down. It is kind of complicated. Well, it's really easy to actually follow through with, but it does take timing and practice to get used to it. So I hope you guys do have fun with that one. Up next, we have the one and only known as the slide jump, as I like to call it. There are really bad names, but they work, trust me. So basically, in this clip that you guys are about to see, you basically have to slide one direction and then jump the other direction, as you guys just saw as what I did there. This ends up, fooling your opponent. It makes them, pre-fire the way that they think you were going to slide. But then if you slide to the right and end up jumping to the left, they will have time to react and shoot you, potentially shoot you. But knowing that you have the higher ground, knowing what you're going to do next, you should be able to pre-fire them perfectly fine and get the kill. This next movement that I have in store for you guys is one of the OG movements used by Slothy, who is the person who came up with this movement, actually. So in this movement, you are going to see a bunch of things that you might have to follow through with. So as you guys can see in the clip, I am telling, the player known as Neji to actually go there. He's, kind of getting confused on what he was supposed to do, but let me just, wait until he gets there, and then I will continue talking. But as you guys can see, I was guiding him to go there, and this is what happens. So basically, you gotta run straight towards them, okay? I had to heal, actually, first, because he did shoot me once. But you gotta run, and then move left and right while moving your analog stick left and right diagonally as well at the same time. Now, I know this does sound confusing, which is why I decided to make this tutorial twice for you guys, as you guys are seeing it twice. I ended up doing it again, but Neji did end up shooting me, so let me just heal real quick once he does that. 3, 2, 1. I thought he shot me. I remember him. There it is. Okay, so he did end up shooting me. But let me just heal, and I'll go through the tutorial for you guys once again. So as you guys can see, I'm running, my bottom left analog stick is making me go top left and top right, and then I'm moving left and right at the same time. And as you guys can see, I took the spectator's perspective, and as you guys see, they are pretty much struggling from time to time when it does come to that point. And as you guys know, those are the actually, let me see how many movements went through. Went through drop shotting, jump shotting, slide peeking, wide peeking, crouch spam, prone spam, the zigzag thingy, and I think there was one more, but I don't remember. So in today's video, I basically taught you guys a total of 8 different movement styles that you guys can use for your next game, tournament, or whatever it is. I hope you guys do, actually use these and work on these, because trust me, they're probably one of the best movements you can use, and probably the only ones you guys can use. I think these are the only movement styles you can use as of right now that I know about. I'll try and find some more if I can. But like I said in the beginning of the video, you must find the perfect sense before you try these out. Don't, worry about being fancy or, trying to get the upper hand with movement. Find your perfect sense and then try to start, practicing with these. The reason why is because the only way you can actually have good movement and perfect it is by having good, sensitivity that matches your style. I said I would stress this a lot in the beginning of the video, and I'm reminding you guys this one more time. The reason why is because I don't want you guys, to end up feeling bad if you guys don't, end up having that big of, a movement difference in skill in a few days. It does take time, so you guys can't just do, watch this video and think you can do it the next day. You do have to practice these techniques a lot every day and try and be consistent with your practicing and your sensitivity when you end up learning that. So other than that, I hope you guys do enjoy or did enjoy the video. Hope you guys, have a good rest of your day or night, whatever time it is. Currently it is 10:07 a.m., so I'm going to head to sleep after recording this. But feel free to leave a sub. Peace.